Hello and welcome. My name is Aaron Hathaway. I'm a technical services manager with New Farm. We're excited to introduce to you Anuew EZ. As you can tell, if you've used Anuew, our plant growth regulator before, Anuew EZ, the name hasn't changed too much. What has changed is the formulation. It really is the same versatile PGR that you're used to getting awesome results with for many years now in a new liquid formulation. So it's a suspension concentrate instead of a WDG formulation. It is a patent pending formulation, and it's going to be available in half-gallon and 2.5-gallon volumes. As we've mentioned when we talk about a new WDG or the old formulation, this new formulation is still absorbed through foliage of the plant, so you're not going to water it in. It's pretty much inactive once it hits the soil, so roots aren't going to take it up. It is taken up by the foliage. Also, it's rain fast fairly quickly. If you get an hour or more of drying time, you can be pretty confident that all the uptake that was going to occur did occur. Use of a non-ionic surfactant can be of help, and so adding it to the mix can help get better coverage of all the foliage of those turf stands that you might be applying it on, and so adding a non-ionic surfactant can be a big help. And then the biggest piece of this, how to use Anuew EZ, is really this bottom point, which can antagonize Anuew. So when you're using a water source that's especially high in calcium, other things like boron as well, can antagonize Anuew. It can actually lock up the product so that it's not absorbed as quickly as it might be by the plants. And so thankfully this is a pretty easy fix. You can add 1 pound of ammonium sulfate. If you're using the solid form, you can add 1 pound of ammonium sulfate for every pint or 16 fluid ounces of Anuew EZ that you add to the spray tank. This is a very similar process that we would recommend for a new WDG before we had Anuew EZ. There is one change when it comes to this new formulation. We were unable to formulate it so that the application rates would be exactly the same. So the rates are different. For instance, if you're used to using a new WDG, the old formulation at 6 ounces per acre, so if you look at the left-hand column, 6 ounces per acre right here, that is just over 1/10 of a pound of active ingredient per acre. That would be equivalent to 13.5 roughly fluid ounces per acre of Anuew EZ. So 6 to 13.5 fluid ounces going from the WDG to the EZ or the liquid formulation. And then I also give the rate in fluid ounces per 1,000 square feet on the far right hand column as well. So one small change, it's really a pretty easy math equation to go through. You take the rate that you're used to applying the old WDG formulation at, and you multiply that number by 2.2. And here's another example for you. 12 ounces per acre of the WDG multiplied by 2.2 is 26.4 fluid ounces of the EZ. Those are equivalent amounts of prohexadione calcium. All the things that you're used to applying a new WDG, using in a cool season turf, bent grass, Anuew bluegrass, Kentucky bluegrass, ryegrass, fescues, all these recommendations, really the only change that has occurred as we recommend rates is that this rate change occurs. Because the rates are not equal, we've gone ahead and every time you see Anuew EZ, you'll see that rate change has been given in the text. So we've done that rate change for you. Anytime you see Anuew without the EZ after it, really we're referring to the old formulation. And in these educational modules that you'll see, sometimes the research that I'm talking about will have the old formulation, and I try to indicate what the Anuew EZ rate will be next to it. So just remember, it is a simple math equation. You take the Anuew WDG rate and you multiply it by 2.2. That is the equivalent fluid ounces per acre rate of Anuew EZ. So this is kind of a cheat sheet, and all this does is give you a recommendation of kind of the range of rates that you would use Anuew EZ at for each of these cool season turf grasses and each utility of them. And really, for me, this is just kind of a starting point. For those of you who haven't used Anuew before, The lower end of this rate range is just kind of a starting point, a place for you to begin using Anuew. And so that you can get more comfortable with it, you can start to increase those rates as you see fit. And obviously there's some notes, some cautions, some strengths to the right as well. And then warm season turf, same kind of thing. We give you a rate range. Most of the time, the rates for warm season turf are going to be slightly higher, if not a lot higher, especially for Bermuda grass. And you see for Bermuda grass fairways, the recommendation is actually a tank mix of Cutlass or Fluorprimidol and Anuew EZ. And I explain in another educational module on Anuew EZ why we kind of go with that recommendation. Thanks for listening. Look forward to seeing you in some more of these educational modules moving forward.